guys, welcome to 2024. Welcome to my 2024 reset. As you can potentially tell by my voice, I am getting over a cold as well as literally filming this on January 1st, so I had quite a night last night. Well, it wasn't even really, just such as being in your late 20s, I feel like, is that I had like 3 drinks and I'm, the headache is coming on as we speak and I'm losing my voice from just like yelling, I guess. So for me, this is a true like January 1st reset right now. I'm excited to share with you guys just like so much information in this video, especially just systems that I am putting in place that I think can help you guys get organized on your goals. I have like, almost spilled my coffee, 1,000,005 different journals and calendars and just planning tools over here I'm gonna tie in that I just got. So to give you guys an idea of where we're going with today's video, I think it's probably gonna be long, so I'm gonna have a bunch of timestamps below. But first, I'm gonna kick it off with some brief 2023 reflections. I'm gonna walk you through my very many 2024 goals and show you my habit tracker. We are bringing the habit tracker back this year. I'm gonna be talking you guys through kind of this like life audit I did to help me come up with my goals, which are in so many categories. We're gonna be talking mental well-being, self-care, fitness, finances, career, relationships. Then we're gonna talk dry January, get into some personal calendar and content calendar planning. And lastly, wrap it up with a few tasks I'm doing today just to kind of help me reset for the new year and the new month. So buckle up, it's gonna be a long one. I'm feeling just like silly right now. I'm in like I don't know, I decided an hour ago that I think my word for the year is gonna be carefree because I'm just like, I'm a mess right now. That's what I feel like, and I'm filming this anyway. But I think it's like an accurate goal and like just vibe I want to have in 2024 is being less uptight. Like I'm an anxious person, I'm a control freak. So we'll see. I'm hoping to enter my carefree era. Long intro over, we're just gonna hop right in. Just with some brief reflections on the past year. I wasn't gonna do this, but it was such a monumental year. Sort of the big moments as I look back at this year are of course buying this house. A couple of days ago, I actually looked back at my goals for 2023 and that was on my list, which like, I mean, you guys may know I've been like talking about it for years and years, how I've been saving for my house down payment, and it was just like something that I felt like I was planning for, but that never seemed within reach. And so I'm just so proud of myself, but like mostly just grateful in general that this was able to happen this year. Yeah, that's like the biggest accomplishment of the year for sure. Other big moments, we had some big travel moments this year, including going to Croatia with you guys. Jezzel and I tacked on a few days in London with that trip, and then also doing my group trip to Switzerland, which was so fun. Not nearly long enough. I think all of us on that trip agreed. We were like, this just flew by in like 5 seconds. That was still so much fun. And then we tacked on Munich and Oktoberfest after that. Recently, our other big moment of the year was of course getting our little puppy Mia. Some hosting highlights of the year. I already recapped this on TikTok and Instagram, but they would definitely be our spring kickoff brunch we did. We did a garden dinner party at our old house. Our first dinner party at the new house here was a summer solstice party. We also did a Greek dinner party, Friendsgiving. There was also our housewarming party, which was kind of also Jezelle's birthday party. That was so much fun, just like getting to have all of the important people in our life over here. Can't forget the spookeasy Halloween and just so many other things that we got to do here. So I'm excited for the next year. I think it's obvious I've like, big time leaned into the hosting content, I feel like this year. So expect to see more of that in 2024. Moving on to what we're here for. My goals for 2024, I've made sure to set realistic goals, but I did want to share what was really useful for me to like come up with my goals this year. It was inspired by this self-honeymoon book that I saw in like a TikTok ad. It's a really long book. Some of it is too like girl bossy cliche for me that doesn't really resonate, but something that I thought was so useful was this like life audit page essentially, where the author listed 16 different categories and like areas in your life that you rate, how satisfied you are with that at this current time. And then like in the following pages, you describe what your ideal life would look like in that area. And then you come up with your plan of how to get there. Like the ones for me this past year that I wasn't the most happy with were things like friends and relationships, like in that area, physical health and fitness, and then leisure and hobbies. That was like my lowest one. I had a realization, I promise this is relevant, I'm getting to the point. I realized that the areas I was rating really low, I years ago in my life had been super satisfied with those areas. I would have rated them really highly, and so it kind of got me to start thinking like, what was I doing different then? And I finally have had the realization that they were in such a good balance because I was single and because 100% of my time was just whatever I wanted to do with it. And so since like getting into a relationship, and now like since getting a dog, and since having a house, and like all of the time that like that takes and whatever, it's like I have finally accepted that like trying to get back to this past place where everything was in balance is just like not possible, because now I have all these other categories that did not used to be here, you know what I mean? And so for the past 3 years, it's like the things that are the first to go when I don't have time. It's not my work, because I have to do that. It's not my relationship. It's the things like working out or mindful self-care things that like make me feel good. That means that I need to make changes that allow for more time to enable me to like strike that balance of doing all the things that make me happy. What am I even talking about? I feel like I'm rambling so hard. So in 2024, I want and need fitness and self-care to be an equal priority with my relationship and work. That brings me to, how do we get there? Like, how do we get there? So how I'm doing that. For the first time, you guys, this is such a big thing. I'm trying out a management company. I have been on my high horse about how I am a one-man show on this channel because I love it. I love the business side. I love negotiating with brands. I love the boring admin stuff as much as I do the creative side, but like I've accepted that the business side can be outsourced and the creative side can't. I can't get a body double, you know, I gotta be the one here filming it. Maybe I can outsource some editing this year. I'm even entertaining the idea of kind of the buying back your time concept. I guess really the only area would be, and potentially trying out like a house cleaner at least once. Like, I mean, the baseboard's here, you guys. Now that we have a house and a yard, I mean, the time it takes. So I'm starting to think like economically, where it's like the amount of time I would spend cleaning everything. How much would it cost to pay someone to do that? And could I make more than that in that amount of time? Because also I'm not a professional, so it's gonna take me longer. Or that amount of time could be going towards self-care or fitness or like these other areas in my life that are lacking. And I'm starting to just like think through like, as you get older, I don't know, it's like some things are worth paying for. Yeah, so what that means is the hope that this will all lead to more content creation and less everything else. Like I forever have a list of so many things I want to create that I just don't ever have the time to do all of it. And again, hopefully free up more time. I just really want to make a better effort to prioritize those things that make me happy, not just things that are on my to-do list. And let's finally get to some specifics, shall we? Most of my goals are tracked on my habit tracker. So this is what she looks like. We have a column for every day of the month, if you did not see me do this last year. And then I just have a lot of habits broken down into health, fitness, routine, work, relationships, and just like miscellaneous goals. I want to get into Jezzel and I actually planning out our meals for the week and like going to the grocery store once so that we are maximizing all of our ingredients that we have here. Nothing's going to waste. But also want to get back on my no postmating game. I think just having our plans in place will eliminate sort of that tendency to just order food. So I'm going to walk you through all my goals in each category, starting with mental well-being. Something I want to really prioritize this year is gratitude and just taking the time to acknowledge all of the good things in my life. You know, I got myself a handy dandy little tool that I picked up at Paper Source. My voice, ugh. I honestly should have been drinking tea for this. I saw this little gratitude 1 line a day journal. It's a 3-year journal. So you like put the year, write something you're grateful for that day. And I'm hopeful that this is just going to shift my perspective this year into just a more positive place. Another mental health goal is I want to finally start therapy this year. I need to find a therapist. I'd like to specifically develop some forgiveness skills as well as some coping mechanisms for social anxiety and just general anxiety when there are situations that bring that up, and you know, so on. Who knows? We'll see where that leads. Next, I want to get on my journaling game this year, which is something I said last year, but I didn't have a plan in place, so it did not really happen. I talked about this in my gift guide video, but I'm going to be journaling using this Better Everyday journal, where every single day there is a journal prompt, and it kind of is themed. You can pause if you want to look at this, but just like by the month they have different themes. So you're kind of like journaling through, you know, a progression of topics. So it's just very intentional, but every day you just have one page, so it's not like the pressure to like, you know, pour out your heart and soul into the pages. Lastly, for my mental health, I'm going to be tracking my moods every day. This is something I did last year too that was just really helpful. So it's just a couple of lines here in my habit tracker. I have a bunch of moods here. If I'm feeling something else, we'll add that in. Next, in the self-care category and thinking about things that make me feel good, first, something I've been dabbling with is actually just an intentional act of kindness. Like it could be random, it could be to a stranger, it could be getting something for a neighbor, neighbor. It could be volunteering my time somewhere. Anytime I do something like that, it just leaves me feeling so good. So I want to make an effort to do 2 acts of kindness a month. I think that's super achievable. They don't have to be grand gestures. Secondly, I want to read 1 book a month. If you guys have any book recs, drop them below. Generally with that, I want to make more of an effort when it's the evenings and it's like my unwinding time. I love to plop on the couch and just watch shows. And that's here to stay, don't get me wrong. But other things that make me feel so good when I do them are just more like creative unwinding tasks from time to time. So things like scrapbooking or coloring in my little adult coloring book, or like my sister just got me this Harry Potter Lego set. I am randomly like, I just love Legos. Just like little mindless tasks that just like feel good to my brain. I do want to make more of an effort in my evenings to not just sit and watch TV all the time. In the fitness category, I want to get consistently fit again. It goes beyond looks. Though, am I feeling 100? No, I'm not. But I just do not feel my best. I don't feel my strongest. I don't feel my most agile, you know? I want to have a routine with that, and I just want to feel stronger and better and more energized. So on my habit tracker, this is where I'm tracking all of those fitness goals. So if I work out, I will check it. Then I will list it here. Also, I've charged up my Apple Watch and I'm gonna try to get 7,000 steps a day. Once Mia is old enough to go on walks, that I think will be easier. Of course, she does not have all of her shots yet still. Next, kind of in a food category, if that raises a red flag, this is not like some super restrictive topic right now. I just want to not Postmate in January. I want to stop drinking coffee before breakfast. This was something I got really good at early last year and then slipped off on again. And with that, I want to stop skipping breakfast. I want to eat 3 meals a day. What a revolutionary thing. But guess what? I used to be a person, I woke up in the morning and I was starving and I had to eat breakfast. Since dating Jezzel, she's just not a breakfast person. And I think I tried like intermittent fasting or something at once, which I hated. I think it's actually horrible for my metabolism. I don't know. I'm making things up. Don't listen to me. I've become someone now who doesn't get hungry until like noon. And I don't think that's like good for my body. I feel better when I eat 3 meals a day. I want to get on taking daily vitamins and supplements, which are really just collagen. That would be the only supplement. Lastly, just paying attention to when we're cooking at home, making an effort to make balanced meals and get enough just protein. Oh, and drinking 5 of my water bottles a day. And we'll get to dry January, or I guess I can just talk dry January now. This is something I did last year as well. My birthday is in January, so I am going to, you know, give a little exemption there. Last year, I feel like this was such a challenge for me, and this year I'm like, no big deal. I could probably go all year. But I feel like last year it was more difficult to cut this out because honestly, drinking is like a tool for like loosening up in situations where I was anxious. Not that I needed to drink excessively for that, but you know, just like a drink or two, you know, takes, you know, the pressure off. But right now it's like, I don't even feel the need to do that anymore, which is great. Next, as it pertains to a lot of just like lifestyle goals and routine elements I want to incorporate, I have established my morning and night routine. I feel like I used to have such good routines here, and now it's like the end of the day, I stay in the living room until I am falling asleep, I go to bed, and you know, that's the routine. So I've kind of envisioned, again, thinking of your ideal self, what would my ideal morning be, what would my ideal night be, both that are incorporating tasks I want to do every day, kind of in a to-do sense, but also what are self-care tasks that are going to make this time really enjoyable and make me look forward to them. So right now, my morning routine is wake up, scroll on my phone, and go straight to work. What I want to create my morning routine to be would be get up without scrolling, get outside, you know, some light, there's science behind that. Then I want to do my workout in the morning. I know myself, if I don't do it in the morning, it's not happening. I'll shower, of course, do my morning skincare routine. I'm excited for skincare in 2024. I just want that to be like a little fun, restorative self-care moment every day. Then I want to make breakfast, then drink coffee, and then actually get ready for the day. So that is another goal I'm bringing back this year. That just makes me feel good. Throw a little bit of makeup on, and the goal behind that is mostly so that I will then be more inclined to create more content if I'm already just ready to go. So I have all of those morning elements of the routine right here. So I will just track them every day. Then getting into our night routine tasks after dinner, or this could be before dinner, but like post work, I want to commit 30 minutes. It's kind of like a power hour concept, but I think 30 minutes is more realistic to just cleaning up, putting things in their place, tidying up. Then I want to get into my like mental health goals and carving out time for the things like journaling, gratitude before I just go sit on the couch all night. I want to also, during this time frame, update my budget if I bought something that day. And then I'm aiming for around 2 hours a night where it's just my unwind time of no phones. I kind of do this already, but just I guess being more mindful about it. Or if I do a creative unwind activity, then I will log that here. Oh, we love a puzzle too. I forgot that. Or just like editing random things that aren't for work. That's also a fun creative thing for me. Then I will do my evening skincare before bed and maximum 15 minutes of scrolling through TikTok. Next goal category is relationships. So I have a little section right here that I'm going to explain. My short goal here is that I want to see friends once a week. Like, you know, it could be one person, right? But with that, I want to make sure I'm seeing my close friends, like the people that make me feel really good, that I'm seeing them at least once a month. Me a few years ago, if I said I was only going to be seeing my friends individually like once a month, I would be like, that is just insane. But like, that is life. And I think of my friends that are in their later 20s and in relationships, and as we've all moved different places and we're kind of building out our own, you know, lives with our partners and, you know, balancing work and all these other things, that's realistic for like all of us. The long goal here, I'm rethinking just kind of my friendships a tiny bit. And I think this is a positive thing. Reevaluating what place each of these friendships have in my life. Up until now, I've had kind of a cookie cutter expectation that I've placed on all of my friends because for so long, all of my friends were just like me, you know? They were consistent, they were communicative, they were prompt, you know, they were inclusive and like put a lot of apparent effort into the friendship and into the little things to like make me feel cared about. And like I dished all that back out because that's just like me, and I attracted people that were like me. The past year especially, my circle has grown smaller as I feel like I've become pissed off at different people for one thing or another, for how they have not met kind of my gold standard for a friendship. But I've had the realization, as you know, friendships change, we're all getting older, our lives are looking different, is like I need to reevaluate the expectations I'm putting on different people. Like, yeah, maybe if I'm looking at someone as my best friend in the world who doesn't even live here, but like, yes, she meets me with that energy on all of those things. But like, I need to change my expectations for what is realistic for different people and what is who they are, or else I'm always going to be just left disappointed. So it's like either I can just cut everyone out who isn't exactly like I am, or I can approach things differently. And the flip side of that coin is me and like what I bring to the friendship. And it's kind of also got me thinking, yes, there are those friendships that I want to be blunt with. I want to give them the hard truth. I can fully be 100% myself with. And then I'm starting to think through, okay, what does this person who's maybe not like a BFFFF with me, what are they looking for in a friendship? What do they need from me? And where I'm kind of going with this is I have realized, because I saw a TikTok on this, that like I am that person that like when a friend is telling me a story or, you know, something they're doing or this and that, I love to point out things that I think are helpful. Like, have you thought about this? Oh, are you going to do this? Oh, what if you know, XYZ? And to some people that can actually be perceived negatively. And I think it's my anxiety and how I think about every possible outcome that could arise from a situation that then I project it in my, you know, how I respond to other people, kind of. Again, because I think it's a helpful way, because like this is how I think. So I'm trying to just think more about like, all right, what do these people need? What are they, you know, searching for and telling me this? And like, just who are they as people, and how can I like not project me onto them in ways that is not beneficial, you know? So I'm just trying to become more aware, I guess. But then moving on to Jezzel and my romantic relationship. This is like always, I feel like just the peak area that I'm satisfied with in my life. I'm so lucky that we both match our effort. We express in so many ways all the time, just like our love for each other and just doing little things for each other. So it doesn't feel like work or like a goal to put on this list, like that I want to keep up with that or do more. But I guess like the biggest area that I could think of would be making more of an effort to try new things together and to like go on dates outside of the house together, because we just love being at home and there's nothing wrong with that. But I think obviously going and doing new things, I just think that gives us like more memories than just being at home. And then weekly, I just want to do a little check-in with myself about if I have done something small to make her feel loved. So whether it's writing a little note, whether it's getting her flowers, that's just like a check-in with myself. So here is just where I would like check any of these things. And then when I get to the end of the month, any of these boxes I check, change the totals over here so I can see like how many I did for the total month. And then moving into the finance category, just to breeze through this, I feel like the year ahead is a core monumental year for saving. We're in crunch time. When you really think about it, we're not engaged yet, okay? So don't, we've been through this conversation. Now is the time to be saving for our wedding in the next couple of years. And so I have evaluated that. I have my amounts I want to be saving for that. Generally saving money for house projects, as well as saving for, we want to do a little summer trip this year, just us two. So we're setting aside money each week for that. I want to also keep up with my budget every month. If you have not seen my last video, I walked you through in depth my budgeting spreadsheet. You can download that. But really, as I look ahead and plan my budget for January, I'm so excited because my health insurance I get to take out of my budget, which was $485 a month, you guys. It is so expensive being self-employed. I am now getting on Jezelle's health insurance, which I did not know that you could do that if you weren't married, but apparently can, or at least that's how it is where she works. And then just kind of from a budgeting lens, I am planning to get to one house project a month. The idea is we'll be here for a really long time, so we can kind of spread out those expenses. But that brings me to the next section of my goals, which is house goals. So I have these listed just under my miscellaneous goal tracker here. Like I said, I'm hoping to do one big upgrade or design project a month. For example, our half bathroom, we got the new floors in there. I want to paint and get, new hardware, or finishing my office. I need some shelves. I need to swap out the spooky art that I never changed. I want to finish our dining room. I want to do one little upgrade a month. So this could be things like getting a filing system for our office. We have just no system for all of our random paperwork and documents and bills. Organizing my car, getting a little car organizer thing. I also want to do one organization or clean out task a month, because these just sit on the back burner. Things like cleaning out our garage, organizing our closets, and then doing one thing I've procrastinated on a month, so this doesn't have to be house related. Things like getting my taxes together, or listing clothes on Poshmark, or going to the dermatologist, just all those things. Last category for goals, in the work department. I have so many big ideas this year. I'm gonna talk through these, I think, in a Q&A or a vlog, but I know I talked about how I wanted to create a whole annual hosting guide, but I've kind of thought maybe I just want to turn that into a book. I want to do a physical book, not just a downloadable PDF. Obviously last year I hosted trips with you guys, which I don't think I'm going to be doing this year. I mean, never say never, but I don't think so. But having that interaction and engagement and just building friendships beyond just posting videos and hearing from a few people in the comments, that has been so fun for me. And so I've been trying to think of what are ways that I can hang out with you guys in person. And so I'm I would love to do dinner parties that I host, even at my house, but then I'm well, is that freaking sketchy? I don't know. We'll talk more in a Q&A about what else I have on this list. But then what to expect from my channel this year. I would love to do one vlog a week on this channel and shoot for one main channel video concept also on this channel. So I typically try to post Mondays. What should my other day be? Should I stick to a schedule here or just get it up when it gets up? Except for that, as you're watching this is Tuesday. You guys know I love a spreadsheet, so I'm looking at my content calendar spreadsheet right now, where I just have all my platforms and places to list ideas. And then on the rows, I fill in what's actually going to be posted that day. So coming up in January, concepts to look out for will be a dry January video. I know I talked about this last year, never posted it, but just walking through all of the non-alcoholic spirit options that are available in the drinking industry right now, which I think is just so cool, and a lot of people don't know where to start with it. So if you're doing dry January or you would be interested in that, please let me know. I'm gonna do a week of dinner ideas video. It's already filmed. I've just been saving it for the right time to post. Maybe do I want to do a fitness challenge? If so, what should I do? Or I might start filming tomorrow. This is a vlog basically, but it will be more produced, which would be a week of keeping up with my resolutions. So if you guys would like that, let me know. And I might do a Q&A or saving that for February, and then vlogs, of course. And then I'm planning to try to post on TikTok and Instagram 4 to 5 times a week. I want to be more engaged on Instagram stories. For so long, it's in an effort to be more present with who I'm with, I will take my stories to post later and then just just forget about them later. And so that's definitely an area that I became less active in 2023 that I want to get more on. And I also just want to be more engaged with you guys in my DMs or in comments. I've been making more of an effort to, I feel like, reply to as many comments as I can. That's it. I would love your feedback related to vlogs on, do you guys prefer like week in my life vlogs? Like every week, you know, I start filming a vlog on Monday, run it through Sunday, and just whatever I film that week, and then I post a week in my life every week. Or I guess shorter vlogs, but limited to smaller amounts of time, or that maybe are more topical or have a theme, or, you know, things like that. Let me know your feedback. I would really appreciate that. Moving on to my personal calendar planning for January. My birthday coming up on the 25th. I'll be 29. That's crazy. My best friend Caroline, who a lot of you guys know, is visiting me for several days around that. I need to figure out if I want to actually do anything for my birthday or not. I'm kind of leaning towards not, just because she's going to be here and it just overwhelms me. I don't know. I just don't like the attention all on me. Like even when I think to like a wedding one day, I'm like, that is just too much attention. Like can it be about somebody else? And then yeah, I'm just filling in some appointments. And then finally bring us to the end of this video of the longest reset ever. I'm making a to-do list of some things I want to accomplish today. Jezzel and I have spent the past 2 days all weekend cleaning the house. Like it looked like we hosted Christmas here. So we've cleaned up. I would like to today just kind of finish that out, as well as a digital detox. I want to get my inbox at 0. I want to sort everything. Today I need to schedule my oil change for my car. I got that notification. Lastly, do a bunch of returns. That is it for this reset. I would love to hear any of your goals in the comments so that I can encourage you and cheer you on. I'm so excited to hopefully strike a balance in my carefree era in 2024. And that is it. I will see all of you guys in my next video.